Hi guys. Today, in this video, we are going to be talking about payment gateway providers for Nigerian dropshippers. All you need to know. Okay, all you need to know: the do's, the don'ts, what you should use, what you should not use. Okay. If you are new to our channel, or this is the first video of ours you are watching, then we are Winston Pedigree. Um, a firm in Nigeria specialized in global dropshipping and e-commerce. Okay. All right. So now let's dive into the video. Now, these things I'm going to mention here, or these payment gateways I'm going to mention, are the ones that you should not use. Absolutely, do not use. Okay. And I would explain the problems you could face for each. So there are some payment providers that they say one thing and they do opposite. So you need to be very careful with them because they are going to end up wasting your time, your energy, your potentially your money. Okay, so the first one is Wave. Flutter Wave. Do not use. Do not use. Absolutely do not use. Yes, if you go to their website, they say they allow you. Where is it? Um, Unlocking boundless payment opportunities around the world. Let me go that thing they said. Where is it? Yeah, online checkout. Basically, they position themselves as a payment gateway that you can use to collect payments globally. But that is what they are saying. The operational aspect of things is actually the opposite. Okay, the customer service is also poor, like very poor. Sometimes they're bouncing you between agents. This agent will say one thing and send you to another agent. Another agent will say another thing, and they're taking time to respond to you and all that. Um, so don't use them. Don't even if you're using them already, you need to switch out from them, because they would only take you serious if you have a registered company. A registered Nigerian company. I'm not talking about business name. I'm talking about actual company. Okay. Um, And what most people don't know is that when you sign up to Flutterwave, you don't really have, they don't tell you this, but you don't have access to USD, USD or pounds um, payment processing. They don't tell you this. Your account is not enabled. It looks enabled, but it is not enabled for that. So you keep, doesn't matter who, who tries to pay or which card, you could use the most 3D protected card to try and pay through a Flutterwave checkout link or checkout frame, and it wouldn't work. It will always tell you the same error. This card is not 3D, da 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 da. Right? So it's not something I advised. I don't advise you using them. It's not going to work. Your customers are not going to be able to pay you. They have a reason to protect themselves. They really do. And if we go to their reviews, okay, this is Flutterwave. If we go to their reviews on Trustpilot, um, you would see that they have a reason to. I mean, they've got poor customer service, of course. I know, the operations can be very naggy. Um, don't trust this company at all. I deeply regret using Flutterwave. Second time, as you can see, not to be trusted. 0 star. Confused company. Um, First transactions with the service. But when you go down here, you start seeing something. Um, refund pending. You start seeing something. Nigerian scammers have ravaged flutterwave. Like, like back then, there was a time when flutterwave was just, it was very easy to use them. But because of that, there were scammers in between Nigerians just like you and I that had ulterior motive, another reasoning, and they use it to scam a lot of people around the world. And who would you hold? Who are they holding? They're holding flutterwave. They're holding flutterwave. If you come here and you read what this guy is saying, you know, basically just like met someone selling uh, Cadillac parts, wanted to buy it. They paid the person through Flutterwave. They paid the person through Flutterwave $1,500, and they never received the Cadillac parts, and they can't get their refund. Okay, the activities is worldwide, not only in the U.S. or Nigeria. Uh, yeah, so now, Flutterwave is defending themselves by saying we are a CBN licensed organization and we do not condone fraudulent activities and all that. Customer service is poor. So, if you have used Flutterwave, you would know the issue. Like, you can't receive payments. And most likely, you're using the what they call it, their freelance or their individual account, or you register the business name and you try to open an account. They won't take you serious until you actually register the company, and even at that, the service is not that exceptional. Okay, it's not that exceptional. So I don't want you guys to get stuck, to waste your energy, time, and money, because time is money. um, Trying to use Flutterwave. For Nigerian dropshippers, for dropshipping from Nigeria, global dropshipping, however you want to put it, Flutterwave is not the one you should be using. All right? They should, I mean, in theory, how Flutterwave is set up, it should be the best. If it worked, it should be the absolute best for Nigerians to use. In fact, you wouldn't need Stripe, you wouldn't need all those things because it would just be perfect. But, but operational aspect, which is not reflecting what they say, okay, it is not the one you should use. No, it should not. It is not the one you should use. So here they're saying accept online payments. Okay, easily receive online payments from around the world in different currencies. That is what they are saying, but that is not exactly what they are practicing. Okay, so it doesn't matter that they tell you, oh, 3D card. No, it doesn't matter. If you use the most 3D card, it won't work. If you use a Nigerian 3D card, which all Nigerian domestic accounts um, are 3D secured, it still won't work. If you use a UK card, US card that's 3D secured, it doesn't work. Nothing works on Flutterwave when it comes to accepting money because they have not enabled your account to really accept USD card. They have the infrastructure in place, the system in place to accept payment, but your account or most people's account is not. If you register a company and really push them, you'll see how all of a sudden now you're accepting payments from cards they even used. You can use the same card on one Flutterwave account and it will work, and the other it won't work. How? What's the difference? I have learned this, and we've done research, we've tested it out, and that's how we knew about this. They don't take you serious if you don't have registered companies, and you don't really push them. All right. So just because you sign up for Flutterwave does not mean that you can start um accepting payments from around the world. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next one. So the next one is fastpay. A lot of you, some of you would have heard about this, perhaps even used them or tried to use them. I do not recommend you using them. I don't advise you using them. Do not use them. Okay, they have issues just like flutterwave. Same thing. So it's a company that is not a Nigerian company. It's based in the UK. Um, they tell you that everything is fine, multi-currency wallets. You get pounds, euros, USD, all that, and they also tell you that listen, they're available for Nigerians. Nigerians can use them, and they do. Like they do accept Nigerians. That's the rule, right? They accept Nigerians, but you know, but you would you would struggle with them. They will frustrate you. They accept Nigerians until it's time to receive your pay. That they won't have any problem with you when you have $0. You've processed no payment. The minute you process a payment, or sometimes they allow you to process two, three, four payments, so the money is bulk, then you find then it's hell for you to receive that money. And I'm going to show you. Well, I mean, you can check them out, guys. Faster Pay Business. Um, Theoretically, if they worked, this would have been a perfect alternative for Stripe, but they don't work. Hopefully, we are going to keep monitoring them. Hopefully, they get their acts together, and maybe in the future things are okay. But for now, the things they are saying is not really what they are doing. Okay, um, I don't know if it's their risk policies, but it seems like they are scared of Nigerians or scared of Africans, right? If you use FasterPay from the UK, it seems to be smooth. But once you're Nigerian and they know that you live in Nigeria or you're Nigerian or you're African, any other country, yeah, they start implementing protocols that frustrate you, and you cannot run your e-commerce business with something that you don't know if you're going to get the money from the customers, when you're going to get the money from the customers, how long it's going to take. Sometimes it could be months, sometimes it could be weeks. How can you run an effective, stable dropshipping or e-commerce business with that? Okay, they are also available on Shopify. There's a way you can connect them, but like I said, don't use them. Again, I'll show you why. So let's go to so this is our Trustpilot, the reviews. If you just Google, let's see, faster pay Trustpilot reviews, it's gonna come up. Okay, and you see here. So if we scroll down, let's see, scam trying since the writing. I am not here to give a review because platform is pricing. Because it seems faster pay replies on here. So the only reply here. So the customer service is poor. Yes, um, absolutely correct. So this guy is so mad that he says, I think one star is the right score. Um, Money lost. Customer support is useless. Constantine. Suleiman, very poor support service. Don't use, not recommended. We can go back and we can go to Nigerians, right? This is NG, this is Nigerian. It's been months. The person is saying it's been months now. No granted access to my funds. Then provided the requested documents, several only to be met with silent treatment. So this is the what I'm telling you guys about, that it seems like they have a different protocol for Nigerians and Africans. So it's not really it's not really it's not really um they they're not, how do I even explain it? They're not they they frustrate you. Let me put it like that. Now, what I would say is that if you want to use them, faster pay, don't depend on them. Just like gradually use them, test them, put some funds there, like if you connect them to your checkout, make some payments, Let them do their verification, watch them, all that stuff. They can frustrate you really truly. You can have $1,000 and they'll just hold it, and they can do verifications like 10 times, 20 times. You verified me again. Why do I need to do verification again and again, almost for every deposit? It's frustrating. So if you want to catch their attention, usually you leave a review, and they'll respond to you here. So negative experiences, you can see there. Fraudulent, unreliable company, you can see there. So Nigerian again. Okay, my Victor. Faster pay release to release my money. He refused to release my money after cards verification. Cards coverage event. So they've done card verification for this person, which means they're verifying that the person actually owns the card. I guess the person topped up because you can add money to faster pay yourself. Um, and use it to make purchases around the internet. You can also do that. So I guess the person did that, and they're holding the person's money, right? Don't fall for the bad reviews. They give it a guy and grad and everything. Yeah, so that's one person giving a good review, I guess. It might still be them, guys. It might be them that's playing this game. But just be careful, guys. If you're gonna use FastAppy, I don't recommend them. I believe in running a stable dropshipping business. So just be very just be very careful. Be very careful. Slow customer support. Okay, you can try them. I don't know. Um, yeah, in the case of dropshipping, it's not because you need your funds. You need your funds quickly. You don't want any headaches. You don't want to any hold-ups. You need your funds because your funds allow you to pay your suppliers and run your business. So I don't really recommend them. You can try them, but um, try them with a pinch of salt, guys. It's not really people I would recommend. Okay, so Payoneer. I've heard a lot of talks about Payoneer. So let's dive into it. Let's go to Payoneer. Um, okay. As far as I know, let's go to the business side. As far as I know, all right, the online wallet stuff that Payoneer has is the only working feature when it comes to Nigerians. Okay, the rest of it just seems like they are sidelining most African countries and Nigerians. Now, it's easy to come here and see, oh, get paid by clients, get paid by marketplaces, get paid on your website. And it gets you excited as a Nigerian. Oh, yeah, Nigerians are loud. Different protocols to you guys, different protocols to you. When it comes to you, their security, their fraud systems, is tedious and it's frustrating. Just because you manage to request and receive payment one time or two times, or three times, doesn't mean that it's always be like that. One day you're just gonna come and your account is gone, suspended, and they're gonna ask you for verification documents, and it might not be enough. Yeah, you can't use them. I mean, people using Payoneer, if you're receiving funds and everything is fine, comment below and let us know. Because I know for sure that a lot of Nigerians are finding it hard to use Payoneer. They just don't trust Nigerians. Let me put it that way. Especially Nigerians living in Nigeria. So get paid on your website. This Payoneer checkouts that you see here, because most people have asked us about this. All right, we receive queries and questions from a lot of people. They've asked us about this. Um, Payoneer checkout is not for Nigerians. It's not available to Nigerians. It's not. It's only available to entities from Hong Kong. They've expanded around Asia. Okay, they even you people in Europe can have access to payout to Payoneer checkout. Okay, They can't have access to Payoneer checkout. So it's just for you guys to know that it's not. This is not for Nigerians. So just because you see Payoneer checkout there doesn't mean that you should. It's going to be available to you. It's not available to Nigerians. So it's not recommended for Nigerian dropshippers at all. And um, we can go to their facts. I think they made it very clear here. I'm trying to find that. Let's go to their facts. So frequently asked questions, Payoneer checkout. All right, let's look at that. So who can use Payoneer checkout? So now they're telling you it can be used for all types of businesses. I mean, it feels when you're reading these things, it feels like they're talking to you as a Nigerian, but they're not. They're not. You need to learn. You need to understand that most of these guys they are focused on people in US and Canada, Australia, and Europe, and sometimes Asia, just like Pioneer, because it's registered in Hong Kong. Um, not necessarily Africans. Okay, so if you look at the what they've put here, so each merchant is subject to a full risk assessment. Each merchant is subject to a full risk assessment. Now, if you come here, Payoneer Checkout is currently accepting early applications for merchants with Hong Kong legal entity only. Now, like I said, they've expanded to Asia Pacific. Okay, so countries. So if you live around Asia Pacific, you're from that region, you can use Payoneer Checkout. But Africans and Nigerians, you're not allowed. So Payoneer, do not try to use. You're just going to get rejected. Um, and one thing I hate about Payoneer is that they waste your time. I don't even know if they do it intentional. They waste your time. You've not made Nigerians very clearly. You've not made Africans, Nigerians, or people around the world know the countries that is eligible for this. This should be very obvious, but you have not done that. Are you hiding it? You want to waste people's time or what? It makes no sense because when I click on get started and you come here, business headquarter, right? Even it's crazy. Even Iran, that I know for sure is not allowed, it's here. Even Syria, I think. Let me see. Syria, yeah, Syrian Arab Republic. This country has been sanctioned massively. Even Cuba is here. So guys, don't. Is what annoys me is like because I know they would never accept anybody from these regions, but yet they have them here. Why are you wasting people's time and your time as well? You're not gonna accept Nigerians in this. We're not eligible. Okay, we're not eligible. So it doesn't matter how you fill this form. People come here and fill the form, and then they come to us and be like, "We tried to get Payoneer checkout, but they did not respond to us. We fill the form, and then we have to now break the news to them that it's not for you. It's not for you. Don't waste your time with this." Okay, all right. Let's go to the fourth one. So authorize.net. Authorize.net. Back in the day, these used to be available to Nigerians, but in such a way, in such a format, in the same format that we get Stripe now. So to use authorize.net before, you had to register a US company, get a US bank account, and then you're okay. They didn't care if you were Nigerian or not or whatnot. It didn't matter. As long as you had a US legal entity, you could use them. That was back then. That was just about years ago. I think 4 years ago, authorized. Even 3 years ago, it was okay. When they became a visa solution, things changed. So there was a lot of improvement in the company, and now they don't allow they don't allow um, non-residents. Although they've expanded their markets now, it's not just US and Canada. It's US, Canada, UK, Europe, all that. But you have to be a resident in those areas. That means they ask you for proof of verification of your address. Okay, um, ID within the region, driver's license, identity card, passport, and all those stuff. Your Then they ask you for your personal tax ID. So if you're in Canada, you know that there's a scene. If you're in the UK, you know that there's the I think the NI in NIN, so national insurance number. Um, if you're in the US, you know that you have the SSN. So they would ask you for those things, your own personal one, and that's how they confirm to know if you're a resident. So Nigerians attempting to do the whole register for LLC just to get authorized, it doesn't work anymore. Don't waste your money and just don't waste your time. They will reject you. You have to be a resident now. Okay, so do not attempt to use. Don't waste your energy and your time and your money. Okay, so there's that one. Um, DPO pay. DPO pay. Now, the process is tedious. It takes time. Takes a lot of time. They scrutinize you really truly. Um, yeah, it's frustrating. I you know w- you would not even want to. By the time you have gone through that process, you would not even want to use them anymore. Like you wouldn't even want to. You wouldn't have the appetite to work with them anymore. So that process is tedious, is long, they scrutinize you, all that stuff. It's not compatible with dropshipping. It's not compatible with e-commerce um, for Nigerians. It is not. So don't use them or don't attempt to use them. Okay, so these are the five main payment gateways you guys should not use. All right, I'm going to take that up. Now let us now go to the payment gateway that you should use, the one you should use. Okay, and I would also try and explain why you should use them. Okay, or how you should use them. All right. So let's start with the first one. First one is Paystack. Domestically wise, Nigerian wise, this is my favorite. I love it. Paystack. Um, as long as if you're fine with their limitations, they can be nice to use. Yes, they have the 3DS requirement. It's not strict. Based on my experience, 70% of the payments transactions go through. The other 30%, um, the other 30%, they might not go through. But if you have I mean, if you don't have a US or UK company, depending on the market you're dealing with, then the other 30%, that's the end. But because we do, well, we know, and most of our clients and most course members, they kind of do, um, or some course members they kind of do. Um, what tell them to do is, if Paystack does not work, have a bank account, with your the name of your company. And actually, you don't actually need, if I can remember, we have a solution where you don't need to have a US company or UK company. Actually, if I remember now, you're Nigerian, but you need to have a Nigerian company. So you can register a Nigerian company and still have the company have a US or UK bank account, all right, with the company's name attached to it, even though it is a Nigerian um, company. Basically, you have a Nigerian company US bank account or Nigerian company UK bank account. If that makes sense, there's a way around that. So What I suggest you guys to do is that when they try Paystack and they don't have 3DS card, and you notice that, and you communicate with them or they communicate with you, you can use that option, all right, to tell them to transfer money to you. Um, so if it's US market you're targeting, tell the US customer, provide them with your US bank account, and they will transfer it to you. If it's UK market, do the same thing. Or better still, you can add the option on your Shopify store. So Paystack is going to be the number one, and you can add a second option. So when customers try Paystack, it doesn't work. They can just clearly see that they can do bank transfer. Bank transfer is available, and most of them or some of them would actually go for that option and do it. So you still receive your money, you still hold back um, you still claw back buyers, and they just don't go away. But when it comes to payment gateway, I love Paystack. But there are rules around it, so let's touch on it. So this is Paystack. This is what it is. Modern online offline payments for Africa, Nigerian mostly. Nigeria mostly. You know, um, yeah. You can go to their website and read about them. I'm gonna do a much more deeper video about Paystack later on. Um, But there are things I want to point out, right? You don't have to, guys, you don't have to have a registered company or registered business to start using Paystack. You can use that Paystack starter business plan. It doesn't require you to have any registered company or registered business. Um, but you need to have the things that you need to have. So if you want to use them, you need to have, for this in Nigeria. So you need to have your ID. NIN is fine. You can use your NIN. Um, or driver's license or passport. Um, you need to have a BVN, all right? Use a BVN. Then you add your personal bank account number, your personal bank account. Now, the requirement to use international payment and receive the money in US dollars is you need to have a US dollars Zenith bank account. US dollars Zenith bank account. Okay, so that is what you need to open. Go to guys, go to the Zenith Bank branch, start speaking to them. They give you a form. Start the process of getting your dollar account. Don't even think too much. Like if you're watching this video, you're ready to go. Just go do it. There are bank branches, Zenith Bank branches around Nigeria. Just get started. Okay, because that is the only process that would take some time for you to get. About 1 week, about 10 days, you should get it. Um, so once you get that, that is what you add. Because remember, you want to receive international payments, right? So you need that. So you're going to add your domestically your USD, your Zenith USD bank account, personal, into Paystack, and then you're ready to go. Okay. Now, to pay in mind, there are limitations to Paystack Starter Business. Now, the reason why Paystack Starter Business exists is for merchants who haven't registered their business with regulators in their country. So in Nigeria, for example, we allow these merchants to test the ideas. So you can test your business, your dropshipping business, and see if it has head before you even decided to register a company. All right. Test the ideas with real customers while they prepare to scale and register their companies. Okay. So there are limits. In Nigeria, if you're dealing in Naira, so it's 2 million Naira. If you're dealing in dollars, it's $5,000. Now, this is where I make the point that if you don't have the funds or you can't really afford, I usually encourage people, go get Stripe if you can. Don't think about it. It's like formidable option, formidable means of collecting money without limits. Now, if you can't afford to do that, and you also do not have a registered company, and you don't want to wait to register your business or register your company, you just want to get started, this is a good option, right? You can start with this and start processing money. Guys, if you process up to $5,000 in payment, don't you think that you now have the funds to go get Stripe? What do you think? I believe that anybody with $5,000 in payment processing from customers should have the funds to go get Stripe. $400, $500, $600 to actually use and invest and go get Stripe. That is my thinking. So those are the collection limits, right? And also some limited features. You're not gonna have access to transfer, Paystack terminal now, and ID verification. This is not you don't. This is not needed for these two things are not needed for your dropshipping business. To be honest, okay. So that is Paystack on its own, and how you can use it. Um, I know that. So how to activate your Paystack, start a business. Yeah. So now let's go to the next one. So Paystack in Nigeria to me is the most reliable Nigerian domestic payment gateway to collect money internationally, right? Stripe. Okay. I advise people to go get Stripe. You can collect money from anywhere. Okay. There are no limitations, man. There are not too much limitations apart from sanctioned countries. Your customers, I can sell to Mexico. I can sell to Brazil. Like I have expanded reach around the world with Stripe. Not scared. I can really truly just I can go into the Swedish market and still make money. Go into the Ireland market, the Irish market, and make money. Now, one thing for me to mention in Paystack is that with Paystack, um, it's only dollar, right? So you can't use pounds or euros. No, it's just dollar. Your store has to be the currency of your store has to be dollar. So you can only theoretically you can only sell to Canada, USA, and Australia because these are the countries that use dollars. So the customers will not be they're not going to be too resistant, right? There's something called localized payment options, which is when you provide products in the customer's currency, home currency. If you're selling to Ireland, for example, I would like to provide price of goods in euros. Okay, it's the same thing. Imagine you trying to buy something from a Nigerian site and they are using Kenyan currency or Ghana cedis. You wouldn't want to. You start thinking to yourself, well, let me look for a Nigerian solution, a Nigerian vendor for this. It's the same thing that once they see you, if you're selling to the UK market and you're using dollars as your currency, they won't buy. They will look at it. They want someone within the UK, and so you have to match that. So because you can't do that with Paystack, since they only have USD as the currency set up, you can only sell to USA, Canada, and Australia. Okay, all right. Yeah, so Stripe has no limitation. It can sell around the world. I can go into France, Germany, international markets. I have no limitation, which is I like that. So if you can afford to get Stripe. Okay, um, it is the best payment gateway for dropshippers, apart from Shopify payments. But Shopify payments is not for Nigerians because Shopify payments demand that the person has a residency in the countries that they allow or they support. So if you register an LLC in the US, they also want you to be living in the US. If not, you can't use them. While Stripe does not have that requirement. That is why we use Stripe and not Shopify payment. Okay, so these are the requirements to use Stripe, of course. From a non-resident. So for Nigerians, these are the requirements. You need to get a legal entity registered in the country you want to use. The countries in the country of your targeted market, so USA, UK, etc. Tax ID in the country, it could be EIN or it could be UTR. Physical location in that country, so physical office address. And that's why I tell people, if you're going to use anyhow person to do your LLC or your UK limited company, just make sure they also provide physical address service. If they don't, you're going to be in trouble. Don't waste your money for no damn reason. Okay, people are looking at price when it comes to this service, getting Stripe. It's not price. You don't want to go for the cheapest because most times the cheapest don't have the full complete stuff. Imagine somebody wants to buy a Mercedes Benz. I'm selling just the Mercedes Benz tire, so I'm pressing A or seller A. Seller B is selling the whole full Mercedes Benz. Of course, they are going to be more expensive, look more expensive than myself. I'm just selling the tire. The person makes the purchase, comes to collect, and I'm giving him the tire, just the tire alone. And he's looking at me like, where's my Mercedes Benz? Where's the full thing? And I'm telling him, you only paid for the tire. That is why it was cheap. You didn't pay for the whole Mercedes Benz. It's the same application to this. Most of you, you're paying your I want to get Stripe, but you're going to people, to service providers, that all they do is just register your company. It looks cheap, but it's not cheap when you think about it. So the service provider, we provide this service, but if you're using other service providers, watch out for what they're providing because you need a bank account. Are they helping you get that? You need a physical address. Are they helping you with that? You need a tax ID. Are they helping you with that? Don't get stuck for no reason. I'm mentioning this because we receive a lot of queries. Like you would, a lot of queries and mistakes upon here. I didn't know. I was not aware. Oh, have I wasted money? Like we've heard it all, and that is why I'm I'm stressing this out so you don't fall into the same pot. Okay, be careful who you use as a service provider to get this. Do they provide you with the full thing? Because if you miss one, you're not gonna get Stripe. You would have wasted your money for no reason. All right. So, and the last thing is now, one thing I would also mention is this bank account, they have relaxed um this criteria. Okay, they do allow some credible virtual bank accounts, but not all of them. Now, another mistake I'm seeing people make is that you are going to use gray virtual bank account just because they're giving you USD virtual bank account, or they are providing you with pounds bank account. But that's a personal one. It's not your business bank account. To use Stripe, your business bank account has to be attached. That means the name on the bank account, the owner of the bank account has to be your company, not you personally. Your payout will fail. And once your payout fail, they will do a review, and now most likely you're gonna get suspended and possibly disabled or banned. And now you've wasted your money. Okay? Now, a working website that shows your business sells, what your business sells, and the services you provide. There are things you absolutely do not should not add on your website. Any CBD stuff, don't do it. Any gray product, don't do it. There are ways you need to present your website to Stripe to make them trust you. Most people are running around saying, "Oh, I have a Stripe account." You don't, guys. They've not reviewed your website. They've only approved your Stripe account based on the information you provide to them. They don't review your website from the beginning. They only do that when you've received your first payment. You see, when you've received your first payment, that is when they do review. That is why your first payout takes about 10 days to arrive. Do you know that? Do you know that your first payout when you process from Stripe, it takes about 10 days before you get it? Okay, they have to do additional review. This is when they come to your website and review. And if they find anything, they will suspend your account or they would hold on to your payout and not release it. So most people are running around and saying, okay, I have a Stripe account. Do you? Do you? Okay. Do you? So be careful um, of how you approach this. Because I'm telling you, there are people like you that are stuck now. There are people like you that are stuck now. Another thing is people are finding it very hard to verify their address. If you have a passport or a driver's license, that can be fine. But when it comes to your address, they're not, there people are struggling with it because they have a strict protocol, strict rule when it comes to your address. Okay, and we have a workaround with that, but it took us time to figure it out in the beginning. All right. So you need to have a phone number in the country. Just make sure you know if your LLC, if your company is US, you need to have a US number. If your company is UK, you need to have a UK number. These are the things you need to have before you go get Stripe. That is why you choose a service provider or agent that provides a service that is knowledgeable in this space, but also when it comes to Africans and Nigerians, because the approach tends to be slightly different. Okay. Just because you're using a service that costs $50 doesn't mean you get Stripe. Be careful, guys. You're gonna waste money for no reason. Um, all right. So now let's go to all right. So the third payment gateway you can use. I don't know why you would want to use this when you have Paystack, but okay. One more thing to mention on Paystack: um, electronic electronic products, right? For Paystack, electronic products electronic products are not allowed. Businesses not eligible for international payments. Electronic businesses. If you're selling electronic products, electrical products, battery products, um, or battery powered products, um, gadgets usually, then it's not allowed for international payments for Paystack. Okay, you don't need to sell them. You can sell non-electronic and electrical products and still make a lot of money. If you're on the course program, you know this. Okay, because you've seen it. You've seen me. Most of the businesses I set up on the course program, I used non-electronic product, and I did it for this specific reason because I know that most people would be using Paystack. All right. So now let's go to Merchant Stronghold. For some reason, if you want to use Merchant Stronghold, I don't know why you would want to use them, but if you want to use them, cool. Let me talk about them. So they specialize in high risk merchant accounts. They are very expensive. They are very costly. Okay. But listen, if you want an expensive Stripe, that's them. Okay. Um, that's them. They would help you get approved in 12. They have partners like they would help you get approved and you would have a payment processor account. They are based, they're specialized in high risk, usually high risk accounts, and they will help you with it. You can go read up on them, Merchant Stronghold, um, and then contact them and get your application started. They accept Nigerians, doesn't really matter. If you do drop shipping, they also accept that. But just know that the cost is high. Okay? The cost is high. So in terms of percentage wise. So that's one thing you need to know. But contact them and they will get back to you and then you get started with them. Merchant Stronghold. These are people if you want to sell you if you want to still sell electronic products, yeah, them. If you want to be able to sell to market worldwide, them as well. But again, they're expensive, they're costly. All right, cool. Merchant stronghold. The fourth one is to checkout. They are very strict, guys, but they accept Nigerians. The way you approach to checkout is by being as credible as possible. So, you know how I say if to get Stripe, you need to go register a US company or UK company. Well, to get to checkout, you can use your Nigerian company, but you have to have a Nigerian registered company. You cannot use registered business. Everything has to be proper. To checkout is very strict. They do accept Nigerians, but there is a high standard. If you want to use them, use our service. Okay, these are guidance. Okay, if not, you're not going to be able to hack these guys because we just know what they are looking for, um, and we can actually help you out. So we come to Africa, click on Nigeria. As you can see here, you can sign up. So click on Nigeria there and sign up. Okay, okay. So, but just to also mention, they would they would mostly deposit the money in naira. They'll collect it in dollars, quite all right, but they'll deposit it in naira into your account. Right, just to mention that. Okay. Um, so if you want to use to check out, you can use to check out, but just know that there are very strict rules, strict guidance that you have to use. So you can sell to markets globally, as you can see. So it gives you the Stripe feeling, but it's just more stricter than Stripe. So Merchant Stronghold is more expensive, but also gives you the Stripe access to global markets. To checkout gives you that, but they're stricter. In terms of pricing, I think they are the same with Stripe. Okay, so these are the four payment gateways I would say Nigerians should use. Hopefully, I've been able to properly enlighten you on the payment gateways you should be using. Apart from these guys, there is nothing out there. There is no stop. Some of you just keep consuming and want to find something new. There's nothing out there for Nigerians for you guys. This is it. This is it, guys. Okay, so if you can't use any of this, dropshipping is not for you. I'm sorry. All right. All right. So we have come to the end of the video. Um, and I have a question. Best comment. So the person with the best comment will get access to our free dropshipping. Sorry, not our free. To our dropshipping course. So the Crown Course program, not the Masters, the Crown Course. Um, the person with the best comment, and you need to also like the video as well. So, what is the most important element in global dropshipping from Nigeria? Is it the payment gateway or is it customer acquisition? Why and why is that? Okay, is payment gateway the most important element in dropshipping or is customer acquisition? So, you getting sales, you getting customers, is that the most important element in dropshipping? And the reason I'm asking this is that we do get people that come with us and say, "Oh, I know everything in dropshipping. It's just payment gateway I'm looking for." I don't think you know dropshipping that well. I don't think you understand. When I say, and most times when I say you can't go this alone, most of you will fail. This is what I talk about. This is why I'm saying it. Customer acquisition element. You don't have the skills to acquire customers efficiently or the knowledge. All right. But anyways, let me know your answers. Okay. And I'm more focused on your reason why you think so. So make a good argument, and then we'll pick the best commenter, and give them free access to our crown course program. All right. If you enjoyed the video, guys, if I provide you with detailed knowledge of what you need to know, please like the video. It costs nothing. Subscribe if this is your cup of tea, right? If dropshipping from Nigeria or you are a Nigerian dropshipper, then subscribe. Okay. All right, guys. So we are done with the video. We're just going to mention a few things. One, if you enjoy the content of the video and you received value, click on the like button, and it is one way for you to show your appreciation, and it costs nothing. If you are interested in global dropshipping from an African and Nigerian perspective, okay, subscribe to our channel. We are going to be pumping out content on this. Um, if you want to watch more videos, go to our homepage. Right, go to the homepage. You're going to see playlist, and whatever topic you're interested in, you can just watch the playlist of that. All right, Nigeria to the West, e-commerce and dropshipping, e-commerce in Nigeria, digital marketing, payment gateways, and all that. Okay. Um, Now, when it comes to us, we are Winston Pedigree, a firm specialized in helping Nigerians and Africans build their own global dropshipping business. Okay, from Nigeria, from the African countries, etc. Um, and we have range of services to support the dropshippers with. So in our setup services, we basically help you set up your dropshipping business. Then we have our course programs. Okay, entrance, crown, master's course. The entrance course is our beginner's course. Okay, the crown is our intermediate. The master's is our advanced course program. Um, the crown course also contains the entrance course, which is the beginner level global dropshipping course. The master's course contains both the crown course and the entrance course, and also the Trinity course. If you want to enroll, come to our website, add whatever course program you're going for into the cart, and go from there. You are going to receive your access link within an hour. Okay. Um, Now, when it comes to how you can also other places you can reach us in, Instagram and Facebook, guys, Winston Pedigree, right? You can find us using searching for Winston Pedigree. Follow us on Instagram. We do post results and proofs on our Instagram, as you can see. But also, we have our tips here that we do post. Okay, so when it comes to our courses, these are the content, the course content. It is very in depth, guys. Over 210 videos. So it is very, very pragmatic, but also intense. Okay, intense. It's filled with a lot of knowledge. We built close to 4 dropshipping businesses there, and we showed you everything you need to know regarding e-commerce and global dropshipping, suppliers, payment gateways, how to set them up, pretty much all that. Okay. Um, yeah, so that is going to be all, guys. See you in the next video.